Well, hello everybody. It's Boogeater64 again, and here we go. DC6B. We're going to be flying from Ketchikan down to Vancouver International, British Columbia, Canada. So, let's get in the airplane. We've already got her running. We ran into a bit of a problem last time with the flight plan, and we're going to see if we can't work on that a little bit and try to understand why PMDG Garmin 430 isn't working quite the way it's supposed to. But this all started after the last update in Microsoft, so that may have something to do with it. Anyway, with that, let's go ahead and get inside the helicopter. It's not a helicopter, you dummy. There I go again. Anyway, let's go ahead and get inside the aircraft, and let's get out of Ketchikan and get down to Vancouver. See you inside. Okay, beautiful Ketchikan, Canada. So we're in the aircraft now. Everything's set up. We're ready to go. Let's get this bird moving. Get to the end of the runway. And get in the air. So, if you're ready, I'm ready. Looks like all engines are working properly.
Papa Alpha Kilo Tango traffic, United States Air Force 6 is taxiing to runway 29er.
Okay, so beautiful day, just some scattered clouds. Yeah, it's going to be a real fine day to do some flying. And I certainly do hope you all enjoy the flight, because I'm surely going to have a good time bringing it to you.
Boost pumps. Boost pumps on low. Fuel selector and crossfeed. Main tanks and crossfeed off. Autopilot and
Papa
carb
Alpha Kilo Tango traffic, United States Air Force 6 taking off runway 29er north
hydraulic
departure.
system. Down, forward, pressure and quantity checked. Okay. Flaps 20. Closed and on. Controls. Gust lock released. Free. Pitot heater. On. Mixture and cowl flaps. Reach unlocked. Set. Transponder. On. Landing lights. Extended and on. Before takeoff checks complete.
All right, everything looks good. Let's get ready to go.
30 inches stabilize. 30 inches stabilize. Inches stabilized. Cowl flaps. Cowl flaps. Cowl flaps set. Full power, please. Going full power. Full power set.
Alright, brakes released. Airspeed is alive. Rotate.
Positive rate, gear up. Gear selected up. Gear up, lights out. Flaps up. Flaps going up. Meter power. Setting meter power 48 inches, 2600 RPM.
Anchorage Center, United States Air Force 6 is type 1 miles west of Niner Charlie 0600 feet. Request flight following.
Meter power set. Climb power. Setting climb power.
Squawk Tree 616, United States Air Force 6.
United States Air Force 6 radar contact 2 miles west of 8 Kilo Niner, 1,100 feet. Altimeter 29.02.
Roger, United States Air
Climb power
Force 6.
set. After takeoff checklist, please. After takeoff checks complete.
Alright, the climb is looking good. And right now, everything else is looking good. Engine number 2's got a little higher RPM than the other 3 engines. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Oil pressures and everything look good. So we'll get turned around here and heading towards Vancouver. Set our mixtures. Okay. So right now everything is looking good. Aircraft is trimmed and flying quite nicely. And today our cruising altitude is going to be right at 11,000 feet. Flight is just over 500 miles, and it'll take us 2.5 to 3 hours. Okay. So the flight has gone completely, or quite well, thank you. But we had to keep an eye on engine 2 because it was giving me a oil pressure warning, but all the oil pressures and gauge and everything else was looking good. So we're on approach here, coming into land. So let's buckle our seatbelts and get ready for touchdown. It's been an absolutely beautiful day, and now we're coming into the evening, and this is when I really enjoy flying into airports. It's right at dusk. City lights have come on, but you got a beautiful sunset. And Vancouver International, dead ahead, runway 26 left. The FSAirlines flight is going well.
Vancouver Tower, Encore tree 8 miles east, inbound ILS runway 26 right approach.
Encore tree 23 Vancouver Tower. Altimeter 29.9er, 2 wind 25, 2 at 7. Cleared ILS runway 26 right approach. United States Air Force, 6 follow the aircraft on final. Wind 25, 2 at 7. Cleared to land runway 26 left.
Cleared to land runway 26 left, United States Air Force 6. Cleared ILS runway 26 right approach, Encore tree 23.
Encore tree 23 wind 25, 2 at 7. Cleared to land runway 26 right.
Cleared to land runway 26 right, Encore tree 23.
United States Air Force, 6 go around.
Alrighty, let's get it.
United States Air
Here we
Force,
go.
Did you hear my last transmission?
Well, you told me. There we go. Nice touchdown. Nice touchdown. Telling me to divert
United States Air Force, 6 please
when you've got an aircraft parked on the runway.
Going around United States Air Force 6.
That didn't make any sense at all. Especially I'm sitting at a point of no return for landing and you tell me to divert. That's silly. Stop parking aircraft on the runway
United States Air Force,
and we won't have these problems.
clear the runway.
Oh, I was cleared to land.
After landing checks complete.
But that's why I don't like using ATC sometimes.
United States Air Force, 6 contact ground on 127.15.
127.15 for United States Air Force
Yeah, we
6.
can do that.
Vancouver Tower, Jazz 819er 1 is going missed.
Jazz 819er, 1 contact Vancouver approach on 120.8. Good day. Encore tree 23 exit, runway with naval.
Going to 120.8.
And of course, the one thing about Microsoft Flight Simulator is that you don't crash into aircraft that are in the way. You don't crash into trees that are in the way 99.9% of the time. And you can even drive through some buildings. So, I mean, that's... Let's just kill the immersion and have a little fun. But give me clearance to follow an aircraft in. Then you've got the aircraft parked on the runway and you tell me to divert when I'm right at the point of crossing the threshold. No, ain't happening. You can just kiss my tail end. Matter of fact, let's look at that fine landing one more time. I watched Cajun's Josh land his jet here at Vancouver International, and the interesting thing was they had him come in from the ocean side instead of coming in 2-6 left like I am. So these ATC guys, I don't know, they're going to get some people killed bringing this in both ways at the airport. Isn't that curious?
United States Air Force 6 have the Beechcraft King Air in sight. United States Air Force 6 have the Beechcraft King Air in sight.
Very, very pretty evening. Beautiful British Columbia, Canada, my birthplace. And very light touchdown. Very good. Couldn't be happier with that. And we'll just get down here and we'll park the aircraft and finish our flight.
Turn next taxiway.
But engine number 2 made no problem. We did have the had to run it a little more RPM. And she used a little more fuel than she should have, so that's something we're going to have to look at in maintenance wise. But the engine ran okay, and I checked things, the gauges and so on, and also my warnings panel, and there was a oil pressure warning indication, but and apparently it registered that it was putting more stress on the engine than normal. So again, that's something we'll look at in maintenance. It may have been something as simple as a sensor that had gone wrong. Everything else was working fine, and it didn't affect the flight. Other than it did make us fly a little slower, because we didn't have as much power in that engine as the others. So
Parking brake is set. Cut engines.
everything went well. So flight completed, everything accepted by FSAirlines. So we're looking good. All right then, here we are. We landed and we're safely at Vancouver International Airport, British Columbia, Canada. And from here, don't know if we're going to fly all the way to San Francisco, or if we're just going to go down to maybe Portland, Oregon. But I'll make that decision a little bit later. As you saw, we had some issues with engine number 2. But it ran the whole way. Didn't appear to show any damage, but I got a oil pressure warning. But checking the oil and everything, it all looked good, and the pressures and the gauges all looked good. So don't know what the fault was. We'll have to check that out and get ready for the next flight. Hope you enjoyed the flight. Glad to have you along. I love flying out of airports either very early when the city lights are still on, or landing just at dusk. And that's what we got today. And very pretty approach and not a bad landing. So until next time, this is Bug Eater 64. And as always, remember, safe flying.